Stephen Smotherman here from FBA.com. Most of you know I am hanging out in Nashville, Tennessee at the CES IV conference. And every once in a while, I'm just going to grab somebody, talk with them, ask them about Amazon. And just a second ago, Barrington was walking by. I got out my lasso and pulled him in. And he's going to hang out with us for the next few minutes. Barrington, good to see you.
Hey, nice to be here.
Absolutely. I got two questions for you. First off, when it comes to inventory on Amazon, that's the bread and butter. Where do you like to find your inventory? What strategies do you like? What do you like to do when it comes to finding profitable inventory?
Well, we have this strategy. Whenever we're doing retail arbitrage, we'll go in, we'll find a good product. Let's say we list it on Amazon and it starts to sell. We'll just turn the back of the product and look for the manufacturer. Hey, it's manufactured by this company in Tennessee. Here's the 800 number. Here is the address to the website. We'll just go ahead and contact them directly. We start right away. We contact them directly and we're saying, hey, we would love to purchase your products in wholesale quantities. And once we do that, yeah, you may have hurdles like they're saying, oh, there's a minimum quality of a pallet or, some hurdles. But after a while, you start purchasing and then you start buying from them over and over again. And you recognize that, yes, this is a profitable way to find inventory. So just simple as you find a good product in the store, flip the back of the product and look at where it's made and start ordering wholesale. That's a quick and easy tip.
That's cool. Do you ever have any of the companies be like, wait, we don't sell to Amazon sellers, and how do you handle that?
And I get a question a lot. Barrington, I'm afraid of rejection. They're going to say, hey, you need a website or you need this. But you know what? You only need one or two of those companies. That's all you need. One or two of those companies and you are off to the races. So don't mind you get rejected 98 times. Just look at the two that you have, and that could be those two SKUs that are so profitable that you're just like, what? I could make so much money off two SKUs. That's what we do. So we never think about the negatives. We're just like, find a way. There must be a solution. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Thanks for the hearts.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Don't let the no's get in your way. There are yeses that are out there to be found.
Yep.
That's true. My next question is, when it comes to Amazon and you're looking into the future, what excites you most about the future in Amazon?
Opportunities. I think a lot of persons right now are saying, hey, a lot of restrictions. My ASIN is being restricted. I may get suspended. So everybody's all walking on eggshells. But I see opportunities galore because Amazon is trying to make their platform as safe as possible for their buyers. And we have to understand that. We may get caught in the net, but guess what? There's so many opportunities out there. I just got signed up on Walmart.com. That's going to be huge. And if Walmart sees that potential, they can say, hey, we can bring all these Amazon sellers in. This is huge for us. So there's so much potential out there. Q4 is coming up. It's going to be starting, in another couple of weeks. So look at your opportunities and don't look at the negatives. Yes, you may get caught up. One SKU is suspended, but guess what? Move on to others and, just keep plugging away. Don't give up. Never give up. You always just have to take action and never give up.
Thank you. That's really good advice. And yeah, Q4 is coming, and be sure you're subscribed to the blog FBA.com, because if you are, I'm going to be letting you know about a really good opportunity that involves Barrington and his buddy Lance that is all about helping you get ready for Q4 and killing it in Q4. I did it last year. It was awesome. I didn't even tell you I was going to talk about this.
And you know what? We have a great story. One guy walked up to me and he said, Barrington, I only was able to stay on for 2 weeks because I had some problems, and I just got in like 2 weeks before you guys closed. I'm thinking the guy's going to tell me, well, can I get a refund or can I get in this here for free? He said, I did $100,000 with Yeti mugs. I was like, he said, I did $100,000 gross in 2 weeks. Just take action. Remember, guys, I live on an island. It's surrounded by water. There's no Walmart. There's no Kmart. It's just the attitude that you have to succeed, and that's what's going to help you. So those are my tips. Take action. It's coming up to Q4. Maximize the next 3 months.
Absolutely, yeah. It really comes down to mindset. What you think about is where you're going to go, and if you got that fixed mindset, you're just going to stay fixed and stuck. But if you got that growth mindset, you're going to grow, and you're going to be able to move forward, and you're going to find success much faster and easier. Is it going to be completely easy? No. It's still hard, still obstacles to overcome, but obstacles are there to be overcome.
That's it.
And it separates those who are successful to those who give up and decide to follow the next profitable idea that they spend the next 2 weeks on.
Focus.
Exactly. Follow one course until successful. That's my acronym. Right. So anyway, Barrington, where can people find more about you, get in touch with you? What you're up to?
On Facebook, Barrington MC. I'm also on Twitter. You can Barry_Mac. or you can find me at barringtonmacintosh.com. Sign up for my newsletter, and let's, I share a lot of tips, videos with you guys on strategies that are working. Nothing that I'm reading about, things that I'm doing, things that we are doing every day.
That's awesome. Yeah, definitely check him out. I've been following his stuff for the past couple of years, and it's top-notch quality, and I really highly recommend anything this guy says I listen to. So you should too. And so I thought I'd grab a couple people, ask them what's up with Amazon, how things are going, just get some ideas, and wanted to talk to Cynthia Stein, and we're going to hang out with you for the next 3 or 4 minutes or so. I've been asking everyone 2 questions, so here are the questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, the first question is, where do you like to find inventory? What strategies do you like to do when you're looking for inventory to sell on Amazon? Give us some ideas.
Okay, so I started off my business doing retail arbitrage, and I used to do a lot of books and used media, but I've transitioned to wholesale. So now when I look for inventory to sell, what I'm looking for, in addition to, if it's going to sell and the rank and things like that, is I'm actually looking for a product that I know I'm getting it from a compliant source. Mm-hmm. So to me, it's really important that I know that the inventory that I'm getting, Amazon would accept my invoices if there was ever a problem. Mm-hmm. And so, my focus is really on compliance and knowing that I buy it from legitimate sources. And then, of course, I do want something that's going to make me money.
Right.
I'm currently selling a lot of candy wholesale. I do like candy, and it's easy, and most people don't return food. And so I don't have the issues with food that you might have with other categories. The only thing is expiration date. Of course, got to keep track of that.
Right. Do you ever get candy that you get that doesn't have expiration date? I know sometimes they either put like a weird code on there or something. Do you ever get that?
Yes, and that's but what's great is the wholesaler that I work with for candy, they basically guarantee 2 years of freshness.
Oh, perfect.
So when I get it, I always check, and if it's that weird code, there are websites you can go to and figure out what it is, and and translate what that means. And so a couple of times by accident or whatever, they actually sent me candy that was not as fresh or it didn't have a 2-year date, and I just sent it back to them, and they took it with no problem. They're like, oh, whoops, sorry. So yeah, but I always know before I send it in, the expiration date and all of that.
That's good.
Yeah, and usually they'll look it up for me. So that's the nice thing about being a customer, right? They'll look it up for you.
Right, exactly. Do you ever do the meltables and try to time everything to the...
Yeah, so in the candy world, you have to buy well in advance. So if you're buying for Christmas kind of in the spring and early summer, you're buying for Easter around Halloween. And so, yes, you have to really plan far ahead. And the hardest part about doing candy that's seasonal like that and the meltables is just really gauging how much you can sell in that amount of time.
Right.
So I tend to be a little more conservative. I'd rather run out than to have to worry about, oh my gosh, I now have like 300 pounds of Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah, that would be a very pound increasing problem to have.
Yeah.
So, because I love those things. All right, my next question, I've asked you a few other ones, but my next main question is, what excites you most about the future of Amazon and selling online?
Okay, so what I really like that Amazon is doing, I mean, a lot of people are unhappy with some of the stuff that they're doing, but some of the good stuff that's coming down the pike will really affect private label sellers in that they will be able to gate their own brand. So they'll have the ability, it'll cost a fee, of course, because everything costs money, but they will be able to kick off interlopers on their brand. And that will be so huge. That will be so huge. And I think a lot of my clients will just be thrilled to have that ability. And so again, they'll be the sole seller of their product. That is exciting. That's wealth building excitement.
Definitely.
And usually the fee's not going to be that much. I think it's like $2,500. And that's nothing. Like, I just got back from China, and I found out that every seller there who wants to sell in the U.S., they have to pay a $10,000 fee just to apply.
Wow.
So think about that.
Yeah.
And and I think that's going to be the wave of the future too. Amazon's going to make it a little bit harder, perhaps, to be a seller on the platform. But at any rate, we don't have to pay that now. So when you look at a $2,500 fee, in light of the profits that you might make and the fact that you can kick off interlopers, that's worth a lot.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me
Yeah.
today. Where can we find more about you, Cynthia? What you do? How can people find more information about you.
Okay, so I have a blog, and you can find it. We're transitioning right now, but you can find it at onlinesalesstepbystep.com, and then also my new website, and everything's linked together, is called egrowthpartners.com.
egrowthpartners.com.
Yes.
That's cool.
So the blog will all be there, and people can find it that way. They can find out more information about us.
Yeah, definitely. And if you're here's a little spoiler: if you are part of the Amazon Reseller Book Club, we might be giving you a really good deal on one of Cynthia's books coming up very soon. So
yes.
Be sure you're on the book club, fulltimefba.com/book club. Be looking for that soon. Anyway, Ryan here is a guy who loves private label, and I'm clueless about private label, but he knows a lot of stuff about it. And so I thought I'd ask him just a few general questions about Amazon and what he's excited about. So, Ryan, where's your favorite places to get inventory? When it comes to private label and stuff, where do you like to do that?
Well, so my method is private label the easy way. And so most people, when you think of private label, you think of sourcing overseas in China or India. And when I got started 3 years ago, that wasn't even an option for me because of the units. They wanted 1,000 to 3,000 minimum order, and I just couldn't swing that. So kind of stumbled upon the easy way. And for me, honestly, it's wholesale companies, domestic, wherever they are. If you're in another country, that would even work. But for me, it's U.S. wholesale companies. And I was using an example earlier with Steven saying that if I was going to private label this lanyard, for example, just Google a lanyard wholesale and find a wholesale company that will allow you to do the switcheroo on the packaging. That's the gist of the easy way, and it's a lot less intimidating. With a wholesale company, you're dealing with a minimum order of a case, so you can start very, very, very slow and test it and see if it works, and then if it starts working, then maybe go overseas and do it. But for me, it's wholesale companies is the big thing for private label.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. And I found out Ryan lives close to where I live. I'm gonna take him to dinner every once in a while, learn a few things about private label.
I'll take him to dinner. Learn stuff about other stuff about FBA.
That'll be fun. And so when I start learning about private label, I'll also be sharing more with you. But my second question to Ryan is, what excites you most about the future of selling on Amazon?
Oh my gosh. I think Jim had a stat recently about the number of people that are going online at Christmas time and ordering, and like how last year it was a certain percentage, and it just keeps growing, but it's still a very small amount of people that say that they shop online for Christmas presents,
right?
And for all different holidays and stuff. I still think I'm a positive guy anyway and optimistic. I think it's just going to continue to grow. The opportunities are always going to be there. People are concerned about Amazon with brand restrictions and suspending accounts, but as Jim said today, that people were concerned when eBay, was shutting down listings, and when Google slapped everybody with all the penguins and pandas and all that. There's always a risk when you're in business, but it's a risk that's worth taking for me. But Amazon, I still think that there's just a tremendous amount of people that are not on Prime now,
right,
that will be, and then where are they going to find those products? And it's us as third-party sellers that can provide that. So there's still a tremendous opportunity. If you're not selling on Amazon now, do it. Learn from this guy. He puts out great content, guys, and follow him, and you're going to learn a ton. And go to conferences like this. It's sad that he's lived in close area for the last several years. I've been in Texas for 8 years, and we don't really know each other. So network with other people, and you don't have to be alone in doing this business.
Yeah, I think one of the things that Jim Cockrum, who put this conference together, one of the things he said is that we're still in the infancy of Amazon and FBA, and a lot of people are thinking, is it too late? Am I showing up late to the party? Are all the good stuff is not going to work out for me? Like, no, this is still the beginning. And it's those who adapt to the changes who are going to win in the long run. Ryan, how can people get a hold of you, find you online, hear more from you?
My website's probably the easiest. It's ryanrieger.com. I'm doing a special for CES, so if it's okay, I'll put it out there. Do a free, my book, Private Label the Easy Way, for free. If you want to get that, go to ryanrieger.com. It's ryanrieger.com/PL for private label. And there's a link to download my book for free if you're interested.
That's awesome. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Thank you very much. Cool. Brittany, I want to ask you two main questions. The first one is this: where do you like to find inventory? Where are your favorite places to find inventory to sell on Amazon?
There's so many places. It's hard to pick favorites.
It's
so for RA, we've narrowed it down to just a few sources. We were going all over the place. Walmart, Sam's Club, Costco, Walgreens, Big Lots, Myers. And then we went on to Inventory Lab and we looked, and I was like, where do we actually make our money? And I did a YouTube video about it, and it was the 80-20 rule. And guess what? 80% of our profit came from just a few sources.
Wow.
So Mike now hits Sam's Club, Costco, and Walmart, and that's it. I said, don't step foot in a Walgreens because it doesn't make sense for us to step into a Walgreens. And then the rest of it has been all wholesale. That's where a lot of it is coming from, including we do clothing wholesale. Shoes are coming from RA now, and those are kind of my favorite. And I would encourage people, don't worry about my favorite sources. Look at where your money is actually coming from now.
Right.
And where is it not coming from? Where are those bad sources? Don't, be done with them. Say goodbye to them and really laser in on just a couple.
That's huge. That's a really good point. And for those of you who are wondering, she said, looked at Inventory Lab. One of the things about Inventory Lab that I love, and Brittany just talked about, was there's a way where you can enter in the source of where you got your inventory. So, I mean, sometimes people will put the store name. Some people, if they have so many people working for them, they'll put their worker's name in that. But you can look in and kind of see what stores you're getting your most bang for your buck, where you're getting the highest inventory levels. And you can put that in on Inventory Lab. And if you go to fulltimefba.com/inventory lab, you can get a free month and you can figure out if that's right for you. I love being able to just go into those reports, and someone had commented on here, it was the profit by supplier. Yeah.
And then you can set those dates and look, what made you the most money last year that maybe you forgot about. We do that, we forget. Move on, and suddenly you're like, oh yeah, I remember we sold that stuff.
Yeah, and sometimes your memory can get in the way. Like I can remember, man, I used to do really good at Walgreens, and so I still got to go to Walgreens every now and then. And I'm like, wait, if it's not working right.
Yeah. Yep.
That's awesome. All right, the second question I want to get your input on is, what are you most excited about the future of selling on Amazon?
Oh no, Amazon's dead. RA's over, OA's over. No,
dun,
no.
Dun,
I mean, obviously for some people, some bad things happened. So I'm most excited about the fact that there's still a ton of opportunity. So let's look back at what happened. Nike went restricted, Adidas went restricted. We had some major brands go restricted for certain people. How many brands didn't go restricted that day?
All the other ones?
All the other ones. And that's what, thousands?
Yeah. Right.
Thousands of brands aren't restricted. So I'm really excited about that. I'm excited to be able to, Amazon wants brands and they want authorized sellers. So for our wholesale business, I'm excited to grow that. I'm excited to build relationships with brands and be able to bring my expertise of the Amazon platform to them. That's what Amazon wants. So I'm excited to help them achieve that goal. And as far as OA and RA, we're still doing it.
Yeah.
And there's still a ton of opportunity. But you got to be smart and you got to pay attention. So obviously you're giving people information as up to date as possible. So just stay up to date, go wide, not deep. And this is all going to kind of smooth over a bit. There will be new things, new changes to come, but just pay attention. And I think the opportunity is still there.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Where can people find more information from you, how to get in contact with you?
So MikeandBrittanyRoss.com is going to be the easiest place. From there you can get to our YouTube channel. You can find about all the tools and services that we recommend, the courses that helped us, the books that have helped us. So that's probably the easiest, is MikeandBrittanyRoss.com.
Cool. Thank you very much for hanging out with me.
No problem.
And I'll be back a little bit later with some more fun people to talk to, and I'm really thankful for Brittany. I'm thankful for Mike for allowing her to come hang out with me for a few minutes. Got two big questions for you, Greg. First off, where do you like to find your inventory? What kind of inventory strategies do you like to focus on?
I don't think there's any that I don't use, and my strategy changes throughout the year. We just got back into the new school year with my kids. I'm there for everything for them. I might go to their sporting events. I take them to school half the time. It's in a private school. If we don't have we have bus transportation. We don't have bus transportation because we live about 9 miles away. So my wife or I will take the kids to school. During the summer months, I find myself personally doing more RA than I do the rest of the year. Now that we're back to the school year, I'm going to volleyball right now. I'll be going to basketball in a few months. So I'll find myself doing more online arbitrage, let's say, or liquidation. So it changes. There's nothing that I probably haven't done. There's nothing that I currently don't do. I love sourcing. I've sourced at thrift stores. People that know me know that that's where I got my start. I buy liquidation. I buy wholesale. I do online. I run an online arbitrage list. I do retail arbitrage. I run a retail arbitrage list. I have a wholesale liquidation Facebook group. I mean, they're all part of my repertoire. I love them all. I just change what I do depending on what time of year it is. So what's my favorite? Liquidation. I mean, it's a tough one, but it's so profitable if you do it right.
That's good. And you know, I know some of you out there, you've got your sweet spot of what you like to do to find inventory. And my suggestion for you is to, you know, once you feel comfortable with that, try a few of these other things that Greg was pointing out. Try it, see what you like, see how it feels for you. Make sure you understand all the rules and regulations and stuff so you're doing everything the right way. Make sure you're ungated for the right categories, things like that. But that's a lot of really good ideas right there. My second question for you is the future of Amazon. Looking out into the future, what excites you most about the future of selling on Amazon?
I think what excites me is Amazon is so protective of their brand that they're going to be around. I mean, they're not just letting people come in and trash them, and they're very protective. And we experience that with all the changes that come around, and change is painful. Yeah, I've been on eBay since '99, and you talk about change. It's a totally different company today than it was when I joined it. Not just because it's gotten older, but it's gotten different. Amazon is changing, and we're going through these growing pains. But it's for the better of Amazon. And you know, if you run your business the right way, you're going to be successful on a platform that's going to be around there for you. They're not going to go out of business, and they're going to be there for you. And it's going to be, I mean, they've got the customers. You want to be where the customers are. That's why we sell on Amazon. We don't sell on Amazon because it starts with A. We sell on it because it's where the customers are, and they're maintaining that integrity, so they'll be there for the long term. I'm excited about that. It's a great platform to have a business. Yeah,
definitely. And just thinking, a lot of times some of the changes and some of the things that go on with Amazon can sometimes be frustrating. But yeah, when you take it from that point of view, that it's Amazon trying to protect Amazon trying to protect their customers and to have the best customer experience, you want to be on a platform where Amazon is trying to, you know, create the best type of platform where the customers can have a positive experience, continue to come back for more. I mean, that's why we sell on Amazon, is because we know, especially with FBA and prime shipping, we know the customers will pay more for that because they love it, and we want to be where the customers are. So that excites me about the future too, and I really appreciate you sharing that with us.
Yeah. I think you need a new camera because my beard looks really white and yours looks brown. I think there's something wrong with the color. So.
Definitely not a color problem. I don't think so. No, maybe not. But
the lighting in here.
That's why I chose to sit on this side. So
gotcha.
Yes. But anyway, Greg, tell us how we can find out more about you, where we can get more information from you, and some of the stuff that you offer to the world.
SellerEssentials.com is my website, and you can find us there. If you want to communicate with us, you can either just hit me up on Facebook, Greg Purdy, or you can just look up anything that starts with Essential. We have an Essential Arbitrage group. We have an Essential Wholesale and Liquidation group. We have Essential book selling group. We run a private online arbitrage group called Essential Daily Deals. You won't find me there unless you're a member. And then Gary Baird and myself run a retail arbitrage group that focuses on Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Ross, Home Goods, and Burlington. And that's called My FBA Team. That's a Facebook group as well. So I'm easy to find. I'm all over, and I'm more than happy to talk to anybody.
Awesome.
I proved that today, didn't
I? Yeah, if he'll talk to me, he'll talk to anybody. That's true. Anyway, well, thanks again for hanging out with me. And so I wanted to grab Rob real quick, ask him 2 quick questions, and then we'll let you get back to your daily life. My first question for you, Rob, when it comes to finding inventory, profitable inventory, where do you like to look? What do you like to do? What kind of strategies do you like? how do you find inventory?
Well, for me, I really like to go to the places that are more specific to the area that I'm at, like finding smaller chains, and I really like to look at those types of places. I also like to find places that have sales that I can also use coupons or things like that, so that I can double up on it and just make for better margins. So
That makes a lot of sense.
That's what I really prefer to do.
That's awesome. I like that. And then, with selling on Amazon, it can be really easy to get caught up in the recent rule changes and changes. When you look at the future of Amazon, what excites you most? What do you see the positive of the future with Amazon?
Well, like you said, there's a lot of that going on right now. People are afraid, and Amazon makes changes all the time. Sure, we all feel a little bit of the fear because Amazon is kind of controlling everything, but we've been around long enough. We've seen changes. We've seen people get afraid, and Amazon pull stuff back. The fact of the matter is Amazon's continuing to grow. The amount of sellers are continuing to grow. There's going to be more and more of a need, and Amazon's going to need to have people like us filling that funnel, helping those people and getting them the products that they wouldn't be able to find otherwise. So I'm super excited about it. I still see it growing. I mean, it's enough that I tell my sister about it. My brother's doing it. So if I'm telling my own family, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not going to tell them something to make them go off a cliff. So
Right.
I only see things going up from here. So
Yeah, that's awesome. And I appreciate your perspective on all of that. Real quick before we go, tell us how can we find more from you? Where can we find you online? Get more information about what you're offering the world. Let us know how we can get a hold of you.
You can find me everywhere.
That's true. That's
But
true.
yeah, I'm on YouTube mostly. You can find me YouTube. It's Dollar Moves. Also dollarmoves.com. I'm at Dollar Moves on Twitter and Periscope. I have not been doing enough Periscope, and I know I need to get back on it. But yeah, so I like to help people out finding out information about FBA, about saving money, about making money, just basically anything that I think can help out people to better their lives and by making intelligent moves, and that's the Dollar Moves. So
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you hanging out with me.
Absolutely, man.
Today,
It's been a
a
blast.
lot of you know I'm here at CES conference in Nashville, Tennessee, and I decided that I wanted to grab a few people, ask them a few questions about Amazon, and I grabbed Brian Vino here. A lot of you might know him if you're on Facebook. He has the reputation of asking the best questions and telling the best jokes, and so if you don't know him, he's got amazing content and really get you thinking about your business, about the future of your business, and so I kind of wanted to have him hang out with me today. Brian, I have two main questions for you. Number one, when it comes to finding inventory, profitable inventory, where do you like to go? What kind of strategies do you like to use? Give us some inventory tips.
Yeah, so what I do is I basically, at different points in the year, I'm doing different chains. So say, let's start the year at like February, I'm doing Walmart, I'm hitting a bunch of the same Walmarts. So I hit every Walmart in like a 6-hour radius. And as I'm going to one Walmart, I'm looking for something, I find something else, it adds to the list. And then I keep multiplying that as I go to Walmart to Walmart to Walmart, and I come up with a huge list of items, like 30 or 40 items that I'm looking for. And then I end up going back to all the Walmarts again to look for those 30 or 40 items. So I do that. That's my, I do a lot of travel, so I get that multiplier effect on the different places that I go to get inventory. So I do that with a bunch of different chains. Like Walmart, I think in May it went cold, and then switched to another chain, and then hit that chain. And I'm asking, do you have more quantity? Is there more of it? Because something even you think that they wouldn't have more quantity, sometimes they do. Like sometimes they have 10 times more quantity out back.
Yeah.
And I was just talking to somebody today yesterday, that they found an item, they asked if they had more quantity, they were looking for all they could buy, and the Walmart that they went to had 3,500 units.
3,500?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Of that one item. So,
wow.
So it's like you can go one place and get 10, and all of a sudden you get 3,500.
Wow.
So
wow.
It's always a good thing to ask.
So you're basically riding the wave, just milking it as long as you can, and when that store gets dry, you try a different one?
Yeah.
Yep. That's good. That's
what I
good
do,
tips. Cool. When it comes to Amazon and the future of Amazon, what excites you? to be able to sell on Amazon in different ways in the future. What excites you about that?
Yeah, I'm shifting right now, and I came up with an idea to shift into more like longer term holds. So I'm gonna start when I see something good, I'm gonna start buying it up as much as I can. And last year probably previous to this year, I sold maybe $1,000 worth of grocery. Last year, grocery was my top 3, and based on the majority of just one item.
Wow.
So there's a power in grabbing as much as you can. If you know something's discontinued, you want to long-term hold it. There's a power in getting
absolutely
a massive amount of inventory. So my salary last year, I could have paid myself just on that one item.
Wow.
So I'm going to be doing that more in the future. I'm going to be, when I see something and I can figure out that it's not coming back, I'm going to stockpile. I'm going to buy as much as I can. I'm going to probably limit, going to limit it, say like only buy maybe $5,000 worth of one product. I'm going to store it. But other than that, I'm going to stockpile. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's one of my strategies. Just because I'm having trouble spending as much money, and I don't want to build a big operation where I've got warehouses, employees, and all that stuff. So I got to find a way to use that money as effectively as I can, and I think long-term holds is the way I'm going to do it.
Yeah, that's one thing I love about selling on Amazon. There's so many different strategies, so many different methods, so many different ways to do it, and different things work for different people. And you find the one that you like, the one that works best for you, and keep doing that, and then try a new one and see if that works for you. And if that works, keep it, and then try a new. You can have all these different things going for you at the same time. You can really get some a good. Better disbursements and more of a balanced inventory, and so good stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out with me today.
Problem.
For those of you who don't know Brian is from Canada, Nova Scotia. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so do you do Amazon.com and Canada?
I put a pause on Canada, so I sell very minimal amounts on Canada. I sell mostly on .com.
Cool. I was just curious about that. Yeah. Where can people find more about you? More. Get to know you better. Where can they find you online?
Yeah. So people can, if they're not my Facebook friend, add me as a friend. BVER is my name, so I'm willing to accept anybody with a heartbeat. And and the other place that I hang out a lot is I co-admin FBA Today. So I put a lot of the questions in there, and I try to post entertain. I try to make people smile every day.
And he's successful every day. Yeah. Is this still your profile picture?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's you can kind of see here. You just look for this guy right here, BVER. I think he's probably the only person on Facebook named BVER. And if I'm wrong, you can tell me. Anyway, thanks again for hanging out with me today. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you like this video, you can give us a thumbs up below. You can also leave us a comment or a question. Any of the links we talked about in the video can be found in the description below. And as always, find out more about making a full-time income on Amazon by spending only part-time hours by going to fulltimefba.com. Have a great day.